Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to cover what's actually happening in Thailand right now, what's changed, what hasn't, and what travelers need to know so you can plan your trip with confidence and enjoy yourself without any surprises. So the simple version, there's been a lot of confusion about Thailand's alcohol rules lately, but the situation is much calmer than the headlines made it seem. Some reports claim that tourists could face huge fines for drinking during restricted hours. But in reality, police couldn't actually issue those fines, only public health officers could, and they're rarely seen out in the nightlife areas at night. Bars and restaurants stayed open as usual, and tourists kept enjoying their evening, and I don't think any fines were reported during that time. The government stepped in to clear things up. Overall, nightlife stayed kind of the same. It's got a little bit busier. Bars, markets, and shows are all opening and operating as usual. And then there was like another kind of update after that, where Thailand officially reversed all this. The short-lived 2 till 5 p.m. sale bans with a 6-month pilot program starting in early December. So restaurants and bars now up to date can serve alcohol in the afternoon again. It's like a pilot program, and after the 6 months, we'll see what happens. It said it might be extended, well into 2026. So yes, afternoon drinking is back if you're into that, and the rules are much clearer for everyone. Next up, the air quality from November to April, Thailand enters normally, PM 2.5 season, which if you don't know, it has been quite important over the last few years in Thailand. Northern provinces like Chiang Mai in the north gets hit really hard because of the crop burning. So basically this is, extra pollution in the country, and the southern areas usually stay clearer, but the whole of Thailand can be affected by this crop burning at this particular time of year. So check air quality apps on your phone. On bad days, try and avoid heavy outdoor activities like hiking or long scooter rides. I think a little bit of planning can make a big difference in keeping you nice and healthy, guys. Another thing that's been happening over the last few months, to be honest, is the rainy season is sticking around, and it's longer than usual this year. It really has affected the whole of the country. Storms have been pretty intense this year. Reservoirs are getting really full, and some regions are, under flood warnings. So if you're traveling, I think, it's coming to an end now, but avoid low-lying areas, watch for travel alerts. Be careful in mountainous regions, maybe landslides, but they're not really that common over here. And then expect slower traffic, obviously, when it rains. Anybody who travels in Bangkok during the rain will know this. And, possible flight delays as well if there's really, really heavy storms. And yes, obviously, mosquitoes are obviously worse during this time as well. So Thailand's still an amazing place to visit. Just keep an eye on the weather and plan around that. Some good news, guys, about holiday. This will affect some of you, especially if you live here permanently. There's something for everyone. The Thai government has officially extended the New Year holiday, guys, for 2026. It will run from, let me get this right, the 31st of December until the 4th of January 2026. So it's like a 5-day holiday festival with, fireworks, concerts, street food, and super busy. Everything will be. The roads will be super busy. The beaches, the temples, the malls, the hotels. So not just tourists. A lot of Thai people going on holiday during this time. So there'll be Thais everywhere. This is one of their big holidays of the year, as well as Songkran. So these are the two main big holidays, and it's been extended. So yeah, Thais will really, they'll be happy about this, and my missus is also raving about it already. So if you're planning to celebrate here, make sure you book early, especially for hotels during that week over New Year. It's busy anyway, but it'll be even worse now. So it's going to be a big holiday this year. And then another very important thing that's happened is visa changes for travelers. Now, this will affect people on tourist visas mainly. So, a big update for maybe long stay visitors as well. But I think, if you're on the retirement visa, it's fine, which I know a lot of you guys are. So, as of November the 13th, 2025, Thailand has visa extension rules updated. So you can only get 2 extensions per year. The first one gives you an extra 30 days. The second one adds on 7 days. And if you enter through a land border or try to do the same border run, you can't extend at all. So if you're staying long term or, hopping around Southeast Asia, in, out, you need to plan carefully. This will affect some people, not all. Maybe just the random person who's watching this video as a tourist. Pick the right visa type and make sure your documents match the length of stay you want. And this is already in effect. This is happening now already. I've already heard reports about this. It won't affect you if you're on an elite visa, long-term visa, or marriage visa, all the long stay visas. It's not really going to affect you because you're just on a long-term visa. But, if you're on a tourist visa, then it might affect you. Okay, guys, that's the Thailand update. Alcohol rules clarified now, so pretty much nothing has changed, and it's actually got better. Afternoon drinking restored after a long, many years. Air pollution starting already, which is a bit annoying. The weather's getting intense, but I think the weather's, going to pick up soon, normally by mid-November, depending where you live in the country, obviously. It's usually definitely coming to an end, especially around Bangkok area. The New Year holiday extended, which is great, and some big visa changes, which will, affect some people. So Thailand's still a great, safe, fun, welcoming place to come, full of energy, and it's getting very busy at the moment. Just make sure you stay informed about the country, so it will help you when you come over here. If you found this update helpful, guys, give it a like, subscribe, guys. And, there's lots of tips on here about living over in Thailand as a retiree or an expat, guys. Okay, take it easy, and we'll see you on the next one.